Hello, you're on the Thrive Sphere channel. You grab your morning coffee and maybe a muffin. Midday slump, a little chocolate won't hurt. Late night work session, ice cream becomes your thinking fuel. But have you ever wondered, what is all this sugar doing to your brain? We often talk about sugar and weight. But what if the real cost isn't on your waistline, but inside your skull? In this video, we're going to dive deep into what sugar does to your memory, your mood, and your motivation, and why breaking free from the sugar trap might be the best decision you can make. Not just for your body, but for your mind. Chapter 1. The Brain's Sweet Addiction. Your brain loves sugar. It's your primary fuel. Glucose powers every thought, every memory, every decision. But there's a catch. Just like gasoline fuels a car, sugar in excess doesn't make the engine run better. It makes it break down faster. And here's where it gets wild. Sugar activates the same brain pathways as drugs like cocaine. Dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter, spikes when you eat something sweet, especially refined sugar. Over time, your brain adapts. More sugar is needed for the same high. This creates a cycle. Craving, reward, crash. Craving again. And guess what gets caught in the middle of this roller coaster? Your ability to focus, your emotional stability, your drive to do anything. Chapter 2. Memory on a Sugar Rush. Let's talk memory. Studies have shown that high sugar diets impair learning and memory, especially in the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. In rats, just 6 weeks of a high-sugar diet caused cognitive decline. In humans, researchers have found that people who consume more added sugars tend to perform worse on memory tests, even if they're young and healthy. Why? Because excess sugar causes inflammation in the brain. Inflammation interferes with neuron communication. It disrupts the way memories are formed and retrieved. Think of it like trying to write with a dull pencil on smudged paper. The brain is still trying, but everything becomes blurry and slow. Even worse, sugar may contribute to the buildup of beta amyloid plaques, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. Sweet, right? Chapter 3. The Mood-Sugar Connection. Now let's go a bit deeper into how sugar messes with your emotions. It might feel comforting in the moment, but sugar has been linked to increased risk of depression, greater emotional instability, and higher rates of anxiety. Here's why. Blood sugar crashes. After the high, there's always a fall. These crashes cause irritability, fatigue, and mood swings. Inflammation. Chronic sugar intake fuels systemic inflammation, which affects neurotransmitter function, especially serotonin, the mood regulator. Gut-brain axis. Sugar disrupts gut bacteria, and since your gut produces about 90% of your serotonin, guess what happens to your mood? Spoiler, it tanks. And that's not all. People who consume a lot of sugar are less resilient to stress. They react more emotionally to small setbacks. And let's be honest, life has a lot of those. Chapter 4. Motivation Hijacked. Motivation isn't just about willpower. It's about a well-functioning dopamine system. And sugar hijacks that system. Initially, sugar gives a dopamine spike. You feel rewarded. But with repeated use, your dopamine receptors downregulate. That means you need more sugar to feel the same buzz, until even things that should be rewarding, like finishing a project, exercising, or seeing friends, don't spark motivation anymore. This is why frequent sugar intake is linked to procrastination, fatigue, low drive, and even burnout. The scariest part? You don't realize it's happening. It feels like you're the problem. Lazy, tired, unmotivated. But in reality, your brain's reward system is just overwhelmed. Chapter 5. Rewiring the brain. Can you undo the damage? Here's the good news. The brain is incredibly resilient. Neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself, is real and powerful. Within weeks of cutting back on added sugars, dopamine receptors begin to recover, inflammation markers decrease, cognitive performance improves, mood stabilizes. Here's what helps: eat real food, fiber, protein, and healthy fats regulate blood sugar and reduce cravings. Move. Exercise is a natural dopamine booster. Sleep. Deep sleep allows the brain to detox and rebalance. Mindful rewards. Replace sugar with genuine joy. Nature, music, creativity, laughter. At first, you might miss the sugar rush, but then you realize life feels clearer. Thoughts are sharper, you're calmer, and motivation, it comes from within, not from a chocolate bar. Conclusion: sugar isn't evil, but the way it's infused into everything we eat, unnoticed, unchecked, is hijacking our brains. It affects your memory. It disturbs your emotions. It steals your drive. But knowledge is power. And the moment you understand what's happening, you can begin to take your brain back. So next time you feel that pull towards something sweet, pause. Ask yourself, is this fuel for my brain or a fog for my future? Because your mind is worth protecting. And your best self, it starts with clarity. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more brain-friendly truth bombs, and let's build a healthier, sharper life together. See you in the next video.